Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about the one trait that separates the dreamers from the achievers, the strong from the weak, the determined from the defeated. It's not intelligence, talent, or even opportunity. It's consistency. Consistency is the foundation of lasting success. It separates dreamers from achievers. Many people have dreams, ambitions, hopes, desires for a better life or an impactful legacy, but few truly realize them. The difference lies in whether those dreams are accompanied by sustained, committed action or left to drift into wishful thinking. Consistency is what transforms an idea into reality. It's the steady, unyielding practice of showing up for your goals day after day, regardless of obstacles or fluctuations in motivation. While talent or intelligence may seem like essential ingredients to success, they are simply not enough without the discipline of consistency. It's easy to feel enthusiastic when you start a new journey, but that enthusiasm will inevitably wane. It's in those moments when enthusiasm fades in distractions or doubts arise that consistency becomes most valuable. By building habits of disciplined action, you establish a pattern of progress that carries you forward even on days when you don't feel motivated. Talent may get you noticed, but consistency keeps you on track to reach your goals, pushing you to grow through every setback and struggle. Consider a mountain climber scaling a high peak. At the beginning, standing at the base of the mountain, they are filled with energy and ambition, eager to reach the summit. But as they climb higher, the air thins, fatigue sets in, and the climb becomes harder. It's at that point that they need to focus on taking one step at a time, being consistent in their pace, in their focus, and in their commitment to reach the summit. They know that stopping and starting would deplete their energy and delay their goal. Consistency then becomes the method by which they overcome each challenge on the way up. The same principle applies in our lives and to any goal we wish to achieve. Success rarely comes from sudden, large leaps. It comes from small, incremental steps taken over time. These small steps may feel insignificant in the moment, but they build upon one another to create a foundation for lasting success. Just like the mountain climber who takes consistent steps upward, someone dedicated to their goals, even in the face of challenges, is building a solid path to their own summit. Without consistency, the foundation remains incomplete, making it easy to abandon the climb altogether. Many people rely on their initial bursts of passion to sustain them, only to find that passion alone is fleeting. True success requires a deeper, steadier force, one that does not fluctuate with emotions or temporary setbacks. Consistency offers that strength. It provides a sense of reliability and control. When we choose to act consistently, we are choosing to direct our lives and decisions, to make progress despite circumstances, and to commit to what we truly value. Consistency also creates momentum. When you do something daily, you become better at it, and your progress accelerates. You gain confidence, skill, and insight. Each small act reinforces the next, making the journey not just about achieving an outcome, but about becoming stronger, more resilient, and more disciplined. This forward motion brings a sense of fulfillment and growth that is invaluable. Success built on consistency is sustainable because it's a journey of daily commitment. The slow and steady path, though it may seem less glamorous, is what ultimately leads. Discipline yourself to act daily, even when motivation fades. Motivation is a powerful force. It can ignite a spark within us, propel us into action, and fill us with energy for our goals. But motivation, by its very nature, is fleeting. It comes and goes, influenced by our mood, energy, and circumstances. If we rely solely on motivation to achieve our dreams, we are likely to experience constant stops and starts, moments of intense action followed by stretches of inactivity. This sporadic approach may yield short-term results, but it's not a recipe for long-term success or meaningful progress. To achieve lasting change, you must develop discipline, training yourself to act consistently every day, regardless of how motivated you feel at the moment. Discipline is what remains when motivation fades. It's the commitment to act in accordance with your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Many of us are familiar with that initial burst of excitement at the beginning of a new project or endeavor. We're energized, we're determined, and we have a clear vision of where we want to go. But inevitably, as time passes and the initial excitement wears off, the work begins to feel harder, the obstacles seem larger, and the reward feels distant. It's in these moments that discipline becomes critical. The ability to push through when enthusiasm fades, to keep showing up day after day, is what ultimately leads to real, tangible results. Think of discipline as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, training yourself to act consistently can feel uncomfortable, even challenging. It requires a conscious effort to resist distractions, ignore excuses, and stay on track. But over time, as you continue to practice discipline, it becomes a habit, something you do almost automatically. You build mental strength and resilience, developing a capacity to withstand the ups and downs of your journey without losing sight of your goals. Each day you act in alignment with your ambitions. You reinforce the habit of discipline, making it easier to act tomorrow and the day after that. Acting daily, even in small ways, also helps to maintain momentum. When you take a break from your goals, even for a short period, you lose the rhythm you had established. Starting up again can feel like trying to restart a stalled engine. It takes extra effort, and there's often a sense of inertia that needs to be overcome. But when you act consistently, you stay in motion, and momentum works in your favor. Every action, no matter how small, propels you forward, bringing you one step closer to your goal. It's this daily effort that compounds over time, creating a powerful sense of progress and helping you to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline also fosters a deep sense of accountability. When you commit to acting daily, you take ownership of your journey. You no longer wait for the right mood, the right circumstances, or a surge of motivation to push you forward. Instead, you set a standard for yourself, holding yourself accountable to that standard every day. This internal accountability builds self-respect and confidence as you prove to yourself that you have the strength and determination to pursue what matters to you, regardless of external factors. You begin to see yourself as a person who follows through, who perseveres, and who doesn't give up when things get tough. Small, repeated actions compound over time, leading to transformative results. Many people underestimate the power of small actions, especially when they're repeated consistently. They often think that real progress must come from big leaps, dramatic changes, or significant breakthroughs. But true, lasting transformation is rarely a result of sudden shifts. Instead, it's the product of small, intentional steps taken day after day, creating a cumulative effect that eventually leads to substantial change. This compounding effect is one of the most powerful forces in the pursuit of any goal. Consider a tiny seed planted in the ground. On its own, it may not seem like much, just a small, almost insignificant part of nature. But when it's given regular sunlight, water, and care, that tiny seed slowly grows, expanding over time. Its roots dig deep into the soil, its stem rises, and leaves unfold. Eventually, it becomes a towering tree or a fruitful plant. This growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent nurturing. Each day's growth builds on the day before. And in time, what once seemed small becomes something remarkable and impactful. Just like that plant, our small actions, when compounded over time, lead to outcomes far beyond what we may initially imagine. The principle of compounding applies to every area of life, from personal growth to career advancement to health, relationships, and finances. If you want to improve a skill, for example, practicing for just a short time each day may seem trivial at first. You might feel as though it won't make a significant difference. But those small moments add up, creating a wealth of practice and experience that strengthens your abilities over time. Each time you show up and commit even a small amount of effort, you're making progress. And that accumulated progress becomes powerful, turning into expertise and mastery. In the same way, small, repeated actions in relationships can build trust, respect, and deep connection. A kind word, a supportive gesture, or a listening ear may seem like small things, but they have a lasting impact. Consistently treating others with kindness, empathy, and understanding strengthens bonds and creates a foundation of mutual respect. Over time, these actions build a relationship that can withstand challenges and conflicts, providing a stable and meaningful connection. The compounding effect is also significant in our personal habits. Positive daily habits like exercising, reading, or practicing gratitude may not produce immediate, visible results. You may feel as though you're putting in effort without seeing the reward. But over time, these habits shape your mindset, your body, and your outlook on life. Every small action you take reinforces the kind of person you are becoming. Day by day, you're building a version of yourself that reflects your goals, values, and aspirations. This quiet transformation, created by small, consistent actions, eventually leads to a profound change in who you are and how you experience life. This principle works in reverse as well. Negative small actions such as procrastinating, making excuses, or indulging in harmful habits can also compound over time, leading to setbacks or regrets. These seemingly insignificant actions accumulate, affecting your well-being, success, and happiness. This is why it's essential to be intentional about the small choices you make every day. By choosing actions that align with your long-term vision, you allow the power of compounding to work in your favor, creating a positive trajectory that brings you closer to your goals. Focus on your purpose, not the obstacles, to sustain consistency. In the journey toward any meaningful goal, there will inevitably be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. Often these obstacles seem overwhelming, and they can discourage even the most motivated individuals. But those who achieve lasting success understand that their focus must remain on their purpose, not on the difficulties they encounter along the way. Purpose acts as a guiding light, a steady force that provides direction and strength in times of struggle. By keeping your purpose in mind, you cultivate resilience, helping you stay consistent in the face of adversity. When we allow ourselves to be consumed by obstacles, we begin to see only the difficulties and lose sight of why we started in the first place. Every small challenge can seem insurmountable, and each setback feels like a failure. This perspective drains our energy and shifts our focus away from progress and towards frustration. Instead of moving forward, we find ourselves stalled, preoccupied with every minor inconvenience or hurdle. But when we shift our attention back to our purpose, our reason for pursuing the goal, in the first place, we regain clarity and motivation. Purpose has the power to reignite our passion and remind us of what truly matters. It becomes a source of encouragement that lifts us above the temporary struggles, allowing us to see the bigger picture. Purpose also gives meaning to the effort we put forth. There will be days when the work is hard, when the sacrifices feel heavy, and when progress seems slow. Without a clear sense of purpose, these moments can feel like an endless series of difficulties with no reward in sight. But purpose transforms the way we see these moments. It frames challenges as part of a meaningful journey rather than random hardships. When we know why we are working towards something, every step, no matter how small or difficult, becomes part of a larger vision. This vision provides us with a reason to stay consistent even when motivation wanes, because we understand that each effort is bringing us closer to something worthwhile. Purpose-driven focus also helps us prioritize what truly matters. When we stay connected to our purpose, we are less likely to be distracted by trivial setbacks or irrelevant problems. We are able to recognize which obstacles are worth addressing and which are simply noise along the way. By filtering out unnecessary distractions, we conserve our energy and direct it toward actions that align with our goals. This clarity allows us to take consistent steps forward rather than getting sidetracked by every challenge that arises. Our actions become more intentional, guided by a purpose that provides structure and focus. Focusing on purpose builds resilience. When we encounter obstacles with our purpose in mind, we are less likely to feel defeated and more likely to view them as opportunities for growth. Purpose reminds us that challenges are part of the process, not a reason to give up. It helps us reframe difficulties as lessons that strengthen our character and refine our skills. This mindset empowers us to keep going, to push through hardships, and to remain committed to our goals. Instead of viewing obstacles as barriers, we begin to see them as stepping stones, necessary parts of the journey that prepare us for the fulfillment of our purpose. Having a purpose also inspires others. When we demonstrate consistent dedication, rooted in a clear sense of purpose, we show others what is possible. Our actions become a testament to the power of perseverance, encouraging others to pursue their own goals with the same conviction. In this way, focusing on purpose not only sustains our own consistency, but also inspires those around us, creating a ripple effect that extends beyond our individual journey. Consistency builds resilience, character, and ultimately a legacy. When we think about the traits that lead to a meaningful life, many of us picture qualities like strength, perseverance, integrity, and determination. These traits are not things we are simply born with, they are developed through consistent effort over time. Every act of consistency shapes us, adding a layer of resilience, building our character, and establishing a foundation for the legacy we will one day leave behind. Consistency is what allows us to transform aspirations into reality, and along the way, it molds us into people who are capable of facing life's challenges with courage and grace. Resilience, the ability to withstand hardship and keep moving forward, is a direct result of consistent action. Each time we face a setback but choose to keep going, we are training ourselves to be resilient. Consistency requires that we continue to show up even when it's hard, even when progress seems slow, even when we feel like giving up. This regular practice of persistence strengthens our resolve, allowing us to become more resilient with each challenge we overcome. Through consistency, we learn that setbacks are not failures, but rather opportunities to grow stronger. The more we embrace this process, the more capable we become of handling adversity. In this way, consistency doesn't just lead to progress toward a goal, it equips us with the mental and emotional toughness to handle life's inevitable obstacles. Character is also deeply influenced by our commitment to consistency. Our daily actions, choices, and behaviors reflect who we are becoming, and consistent effort shapes these qualities over time. When we commit to a goal and follow through with daily actions, we reinforce values like discipline, integrity, and responsibility. We become people who are trustworthy and dependable, not only to others, but to ourselves. Each small act of consistency reflects a commitment to our own word, to the promises we have made to ourselves, and to the standards we set. This integrity builds character, allowing us to become individuals who act not only out of impulse or convenience, but out of principle and purpose. Over time, this steady commitment to our values strengthens our sense of identity, grounding us in who we truly are and what we stand for. The legacy we create is built through our daily actions, which, when practiced consistently, leave a lasting impact. Legacy is not something that is formed overnight. It is the accumulation of choices, actions, and commitments made consistently over a lifetime. Each time we act with intention, stay true to our values, and persevere in our goals, we are contributing to the legacy we will leave behind. Our consistency becomes a reflection of our dedication to something greater than ourselves, a commitment to a purpose that endures beyond any single accomplishment. Through this sustained effort, we build a reputation, inspire others, and create a path that others can follow. Legacy is, in many ways, the culmination of our resilience and character. It is the result of a lifetime of consistent effort, the impact of small actions that, when combined, create a lasting influence on the people around us. Whether we realize it or not, the consistent choices we make, our commitment to showing up, to acting with integrity, to persisting in the face of challenges, are the building blocks of how we will be remembered.